Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast here, courtesy of YouTube.com. Today's controversial, well, maybe controversial episode is about Kofi Kingston's god-awful 2013 run. Now, we've known Kofi's been around WWE almost 15 years since he debuted on the main roster. In 2013, I can honestly say was his worst booked year so far. To give context, let's quickly look back at 2012 quick a moment. He avoided the Royal Rumble elimination by walking on his hands, had a few months reign as tag team champions with R-Truth, and almost fully closed out the year with the Intercontinental Championship. But then 2013 came around and everything just turned into shit for him. This one, I went through his entire match history televised in 2013 like I did with Charlotte and John Cena and all that, and Damien Sandow, I think. He had 78 televised matches in the year of 2013, and his win-loss record was 30 wins, 48 losses. Good Lord. I don't know what happened in 2013, but Kofi Kingston got a raw deal with his booking this year. Let's go through those records because, oh, this is saying something. First off, January 7, 2013 Raw, he lost to The Big Show in 25 seconds. Not a good start right there. 11 days later on Superstars, end up getting a win in about 8 minutes over Michael McGillicuddy. Not quite Curtis Axel just yet. The next day, January 19, 2013 edition of SmackDown, he lost in 3 minutes to Antonio Cesaro. Uh-oh. Match number 4, January 25, 2013 edition of Superstars, he got a 5-minute win over JTG, who was really not doing anything at this point. Next up, January 26, 2013 edition of Saturday Morning Slam, got a 4-minute win over Epico. Was he really doing anything at this point? The next day, January 27, 2013 Royal Rumble match, he survived 22 minutes and 18 seconds. He got 3 eliminations and was known for his whole pogo stick act with JBL's chair. But again, nothing outside of that, nobody really remembers much. Number 7. Now we got 2 matches that were aired on the same day. Superstars, February 1st, 2013. Less than 4-minute victory over Michael McGillicuddy. But then that same day on SmackDown, he lost to Jack Swagger in about 7 minutes, who I believe around this time was getting his build up to competing for the Elimination Chamber match. We the People, and all that shit. Match number 9, the week later, February 2013, on SmackDown, he lost in about 3.5 minutes to Cody Rhodes. Not fun there. Next day, February 9, 2013, Saturday Morning Slam, he got a tag team victory with Brodus Clay against Primetime Players in about 8.5 minutes. Yeah, alright. Number 11, February 11, 2013 Raw, he lost to Wade Barrett in a little over 3 minutes. Kind of a pattern here with these extremely brief matches. 6 days later, at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, he lost to Dolph Ziggler in an impromptu match in less than 4 minutes and got his ass kicked by Big E. I even forgot that until I rewatched the last bit of the pay-per-view. Next up, match number 13, March 1st, 2013 Superstars. He got a 4.5 minute win over David Otunga, who again was doing nothing. 10 days later, March 10, 2013 Raw, he lost in about 2.5 minutes to Mark Henry. But then again, I think that was also due to him getting built up for his match against Ryback, but still, it had to be the sacrificial lamb. A week later, March 18, 2013 Raw, he lost to Dolph Ziggler in less than 5 minutes. But again, also another case of somebody else getting built up, and Kofi Kingston had to be the sacrificial lamb that night. 4 days later, March 22nd, 2013 Raw, SmackDown, he lost to Dolph Ziggler again, this time in about 10.5 minutes. So finally, he got a longer match there. A week later, March 29, 2013 Superstars, he got an 11.5 minute win over Primo. Again, when were the Primo and Epico really doing much of anything significant at this point between when they lost tag titles and became Los Matadores? Next up, match number 18, April 5, 2013 SmackDown, he lost a 10-minute match to Jack Swagger. So yeah, the matches are a bit longer, but it's still a significant loss. 3 days later, this is one I'm not going to really knock him, but it's still technically a loss. He lost to Fandango by disqualification in about 1.5 minutes. That was because Chris Jericho attacked Fandango, and that was the whole night of the Fandangoing getting started. Match number 20, a couple days later, April 10, 2013 main event. He lost with Tons of Funk to The Shield in about 10 minutes. So remember, Tons of Funk being Brodus Clay and Sweet Tea, aka Tensai. Why the hell did they do that to him? April 12, 2013, on SmackDown, he gets a 3-minute upset victory over Cesaro. And it was an upset victory because I think everybody on commentary mentioned, like, wow, this is unbelievable. Because again, Kofi was being booked like shit up to this point. Next day, April 13, 2013, edition of Saturday Morning Slam, he got a 7-minute victory over Heath Slater, who also was not doing much. Match number 23, April 15, 2013, he wins the United States Championship in an upset victory over Cesaro in about 9.5 minutes. This was a big deal, but that would be undone shortly thereafter. Because I was trying to see when Extreme Rules was. Match 24, April 19, 2013 SmackDown. He gets a 5.5 minute victory over Wade Barrett. So they build him up again slightly, not a whole lot. April 20th, 2013 gets a 12.5 minute victory on Saturday Morning Slam over Justin Gabriel. Again, who did nothing. April 29th, 2013 Raw. Lost almost 13 minutes to Dolph Ziggler. May 1st, 2013 main event. He gets almost a 20.5 minute victory over Cesaro. I mean, a match that long? Holy crap. May 6th, 2013 Raw. He lost with the Usos to The Shield in almost 7 minutes. Shield. Then this one did not make sense. May 10, 2013 SmackDown. He gets a 3.5 minute victory over Cody Rhodes. I get Cody Rhodes was not doing much, but he was still teaming with Sandow as Team Rhodes Scholar, but a match that short. And then, speaking of Sandow, May 13, 2013 Raw, he gets a 2.5 minute victory over Damien Sandow. What's with these short matches? Jesus! And then 6 days later, things came crashing down once again. Extreme Rules, he lost the United States Championship to Dean Ambrose in almost 7 minutes. Then the losses started piling up again. The next night, May 20th, 2013 Raw, he lost with Team LNO to The Shield in a 23-minute match. Back when The Shield was still dominating as a force on the main roster. Match 33, May 24, 2013 SmackDown. He gets a win by DQ over Dean Ambrose in 2.5 minutes, so nothing significant there. Then, of course, they had to do a whole tag team match, player. And got rebooked to a 6-man tag team match of himself teaming with Randy Orton and Sheamus for The Shield, and once again, The Shield win. Match 35, May 27, 2013 Raw. He lost to Dean Ambrose in almost 9 minutes. 4 days later, May 31st, 2013 SmackDown, he lost to Ryback in about 2.5 minutes. And at this point, he was written off of television because I believe he needed elbow surgery, so he missed a few pay-per-views after that. And the odd one was he didn't have anything planned for SummerSlam when he came back. Match 37, fast forward about a couple months to August 5th, 2013 Raw. He gets a win over Fandango in about 4 minutes. But then 4 days later on SmackDown, August 9, 2013, he lost Fandango in almost 5 minutes, so trading back and forth wins for some reason. Let's see, August 12, 2013, he lost the Battle Royal. And then the match after that same night, he lost to Alberto Del Rio in about 6 minutes. So 2 matches one night, and both are losses. 4 days later on Superstars, he gets a tag team victory with Dolph Ziggler over the Primetime Players in about almost 4 minutes. But then again, I think Primetime Players were kind of on their way down because I believe it was either late that same year or early the next year they broke up. Let's see, August 21st, 2013 main event, he lost with the Usos again to The Shield. Jesus. 2 days later on Superstars, August 23, he gets a win over JTG, 4.5 minutes. Again, JTG wasn't doing jack shit. Match 44, August 28, 2013 main event, he gets a win by disqualification over Fandango in 10.5 minutes. Yawn. Let's see, September 6, 2013 Superstars, he loses Curtis Axel. Then later that same day, on that exact same date on SmackDown, he gets a 7-minute victory over Curtis Axel. That also eventually leads to 3 days later Raw. He beats Curtis Axel by disqualification in about 2 minutes. Main event 2 days later, 9/11. Gets a win over Cesaro in about 13.5 minutes. I don't remember if Cesaro was in Real Americans just yet, but he had fallen off since losing the U.S. title because of the yodeling gimmick. 4 days later, Night of Champions loses an impromptu Intercontinental Championship match to Curtis Axel in about 14 minutes. 3 days later, main event beats Fandango on September 18 in about 13 minutes. Then 2 days after that, Superstars, he gets a win over Drew McIntyre. I don't know how long it was. It didn't say on there. Same day, September 20, 2013 SmackDown. He loses in a gauntlet match to The Shield. Don't know why. 3 days later to Raw. Loses in a 11-on-3 handicap elimination match to The Shield in about 23 minutes. Then afterwards, just like we saw earlier after the Battle Royal the month prior, same episode of Raw, September 23, 2013 Raw, he loses Alberto Del Rio in 13 minutes. Stop pushing Alberto Del Rio! 4 days later on SmackDown, September 27, he loses in a tag team match with Dolph Ziggler and Rob Van Dam versus The Shield. Jesus Christ. 3 days later on Raw, he gets a 3-minute victory over Fandango at September 30, 2013. Then, October 4, 2013 SmackDown, he gets a less than a minute victory over Big E for some reason. I don't remember if this was just as Big E was turning face. I know it was somewhere around this time. 2 days later, he loses in about 8.5 minutes at Battleground to Bray Wyatt. Lovely. I don't even know why Bray was targeting him to begin with. Next day on Raw, he loses in almost 14-minute match to Randy Orton on Raw. 10 days later on Superstars, October 17, 2013, he loses Damian Sandow. Next day SmackDown, October 18, 2013, he loses a tag team match with The Miz against Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. 3 days later on Raw, again, loses teaming with The Miz to Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. 6 days later, Hell in a Cell kickoff, he loses to Damian Sandow in about 7 minutes. And then we know what happens the next night on Damian Sandow. I've already covered this in the previous episode of the podcast. Match number 64, October 30, 2013 main event. He loses to Ryback in about 14 minutes. Alright, we're almost there, folks. 65, November 11, 2013. He gets a win over Santino Marella, but then again, who gives a shit about Santino? 3 days later on Raw, November 4, 2013, he loses to Alberto Del Rio in 7 minutes. Why? A week later, November 11, 2013, he loses a 4-minute match to Damian Sandow. How do you lose to Damian Sandow at this point in your career? 7 days later, I believe this was the night that Miz and Kofi broke up because Miz turned on Kofi, refusing to tag, and they lose tag match against the Real Americans. 2 days later, November 20th, 2013 main event, he loses Fandango in 12 minutes. Fandango was doing nothing at this point either. 4 days later in the Survivor Series kickoff, he loses to The Miz in 8.5 minutes. Jesus. Next night, November 25th, 2013 Raw, he loses to The Miz in 5 minutes. 2 days later, he beats Fandango in 9 minutes. Why is he having matches with Fandango? Match number 73, December 2013 Raw, he loses with The Miz to Ryback in about 6 minutes. I don't know why he was teaming with The Miz again. I'm looking over here. When did they break up as a team? Yeah, it says November 18, but why are they teaming up on December 12th? Against Ryback? Like, I know The Miz was supposed to turn heel, but then he was kind of more of a tweener thing because of the promotion of his movie. What the fuck? Week after, December 9, 2013 Raw, he loses to The Miz in 2.5 minutes. Jesus! Then, 6 days later at TLC, he beats The Miz in an ODQ match in 8 minutes, even though they did not really make much of a... Really did not really use the no DQ rule to their match to advantage in their match. 5 days later, December 20, 2013 SmackDown, he loses to Fandango in 3 minutes. Match 77, December 23, 2013 Raw. He loses in almost 6 minutes to Ryback, and he closes out the year. Christmas Day 2013 main event, loses to Fandango in 17.5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Stuff like this makes you wonder what happened with Kofi that year, because, like I said, he won 30 out of the 78 televised matches he had, and you guys heard a lot of them were extremely short matches that didn't even last 5 minutes. The year before, he was Intercontinental Tag Team Champions and was like walking on his hands before the Royal Rumble elimination. This year, he has one title win that lasts a month because it was after an upset victory over Antonio Cesaro. He avoids elimination in the Royal Rumble match, jumping on JBL's chair. By the way, I remember that chair JBL had, same chair I used to have. That 2014 they had to change around because then when he formed the New Day. So it's like, I don't know what happened, But it seemed like WWE did not have much faith in Kofi this year because, like I said, the previous year he was champion a couple times. Next thing you know, he's just doing nothing. He didn't really even have any storylines going on. Some iffy things like Fandango or Bray Wyatt, but then also constantly losing to the Shield. Good Lord, what happened? So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below for this episode of what you thought of Kofi Kingston's run 2013, but Jesus Christ. Like, and to think, 6 years later, he would become WWE Champion. But that took a lot of, like, rebuilding, especially after what happened back in 2010 with Randy Orton. Stupid! Anyway, let me know you guys know in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe with the bell on for notifications if YouTube tells you. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for checking out the podcast episode. Everybody like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, folks.